For the next example, we're going to create a zone for the control of 2 large air handlers that serve an entire building. We don't want to cycle these units on and off throughout the day, but we want them to start prior to the first scheduled event and stop after the last scheduled event for each day. These units require 60 minutes to get up to occupied set point. The rooms in Dean Evans linked to the building are SS1 through SS10. We'll send a command to each air handler's BACnet BV start command object on device 203. The old HVAC schedules were on a fixed HVAC schedule based on worst case building occupancy, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. These schedules were sent at priority 15 command. We will override this and send our commands at priority 14. Okay, continuing to our third example. This system is going to be for 2 air handlers that serve the entire building. They operate together and there's 2 points to command them on and off. So in this example we're going to use the zone first last schedule, so we don't want to cycle these units on and off throughout the day for each event down to the room level. We just want to get it started prior to the first event and shut the building down after the last event. So we're going to continue from our previous example. We're going to copy from this and then paste to save some time. And we're going to say building 1, AHU 1 and 2. And this requires 60 minutes pre-start time. And we're going to keep the post-stop time 0. Keep it disabled for now. This is an air handler. Save changes. For the action, we're going to edit this one and find the point for air handler 1. Whoops. Device 203, binary value 7. So that's air handler 1. This is air handler 2. So we're going to grab this one first, copy it, and I can see that that one is the next instance ID up, so I'll just manually enter that one in to save time. So for this one, I'll paste this one in, BV7, and we're going to keep it at priority 14, overridden, and send a start, a 1, and a stop is going to be 0. I can verify the point exists. I can test it and verify that I've got a priority 14.1 there. Stop. Verify I've got a priority 14.0. So this point is good. Update. And I'm going to copy this action and paste. Edit this. And I know this is the next in sequence, 138. And I can verify. I can see that's the BV8 point, so this is air handler 2's start stop command, and I'm going to do the same process. Test start, verify the 1 in the priority 14 slot, send a stop command, verify I've got a 0, and then update. So I've got 2 actions here, one for each unit. So they'll both get the same trigger, and as long as they both get the same trigger off the same rooms, we shouldn't have a problem here. For the rooms, we want to put all the rooms for the building in here. So this will aggregate all those individual schedules into one. I made a mistake here. So we're not doing event start and stop triggers. We're actually doing off the zone first last. So we're going to change the triggering event for both of these to select the zone first last event setup teardown. So what this is going to do is the start command is going to be the first event setup time, and the stop command is going to be the last event's teardown time in this case. If I were to select this one, it would be the main event first start, main event last stop. So we're going to do off setup teardown. So the unit will be running for the setup crew, and we're going to still do the start stop action. So this should be the same, nothing changed there. So I'm going to just say update, and you can see the trigger is different on that one, and we're going to do the same change here and update. So now our trigger is correct. You can see it's pointing to the right two objects still. And I've got all 10 rooms in this fictitious building selected. And I can see all the events for the entire building for those rooms selected now. And now we have a new tab for the zone, and it's empty. That's because we just added this unit, so it hasn't done a poll on the Dean Evans yet. After the first poll, this will be populated with the actual first event start and last event end data, and we'll do this here shortly. Let me enable this, save changes, and I'm going to go and force a poll to Dean Evans right now. Update schedules on the events menu, and I give that time to trigger. And there we have it. So every time it polls, it's going to calculate the current day's first last schedule and the next day's. And you can see the first setup start is at 7:30, and you should see that in the data here. So here's the setup start, 7:30, and the latest stop time is, looks like 9 p.m., which matches the teardown 9 p.m. So now we've got zone data, dynamic zone data being calculated, and so these building air handlers will be dynamically calculated based on what's happening in the building events. And that completes this example.